Morning, it's Anne McDowell, Freedom coming to you on day 29 of my 30-day video challenge. I can't believe we're almost at the end. Today we're going to be talking about turning that frown upside down and looking at how we choose happiness and how we choose our moods. So I want to sort of carry on a little bit from yesterday, and remember we talked yesterday about our locus of control, whether we have an internal or an external locus of control. That means, do we naturally think about, looking optimistically, or do we think about looking in things in a victim sort of pessimistic sort of sense? Cup half empty, glass half empty, glass half full sort of thing. I want to talk to you today about the choices that you make in life, and whether it be in life, in business, in your career, in your family, whatever it happens to be. You have the power to make choices. Now, you may not always think that you have the power to make the choices, but you do. And the thing is that you can choose to be grumpy. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to be angry, and you can choose to let things go. So depending on what the situation is, and I'm not prescribing to you what you should do, I'm just saying what options are available to you, is that if you feel, that you can tend to react or overreact about situations, you have to remember that that is a conscious choice. And it is very much about something that you can change and control. And it also will allow you to move forward in decisions without overreacting. Now, when you might wake up of a morning and you might not have had the best night's sleep, and you're feeling a bit grumpy and all that sort of thing, you don't want to go to work or do whatever you have to do that day, you have a choice about whether you keep a hold of that grumpy feeling or whether you try and let it go. I work very hard on letting that sort of thing go. And I listen to amazing music that's full of energy, or that I love, or I sing, words to my favorite musicals. I'm singing all over the time and all over the place. And I surround myself in things that make me happy. Now, in terms of, you may not always have the time, of a morning. You might be getting kids to school, or you might be doing, 50 million things in the morning before you do what you need to do. So make sure you have some really groovy, energetic music in the car so that you can actually listen to that when you arrive at somewhere. You might be going to a client meeting and you don't feel very energetic and you don't feel like you're going to perform your best. That's when you take positive strategies to ensure that from the journey from your home to the client's premises, if that's where you're going, or a job interview, or substitute for anything you like, get your favourite music on. Get the music on that gives you the boost and the energy, and sing out loud, sing at the top of your lungs. Expel the negative energy in order to get the positive energy back, and you'll be surprised at how amazing you feel when you get there. Sing at the top of your lungs, get it all out, get all your frustrations out or whatever, and sing. No one else can hear you in the car. Well, maybe not, I don't know. But the thing is, it really works. The other thing you can do is, you might call upon some inspirations in your life. You might have sayings, your favourite sayings written places, like on your computer, or wherever it happens to be. Read them and really take notice of the mental meaning of these things, and allow the emotion of the statement touch you. And it's really important. Like one of the things that Paul Simon said was, "I've got nothing to do today but smile." And when you think about that, it's a simple statement. He doesn't, in meaning the expectations are so low on him that day, he doesn't have to do anything, but he can choose to consciously smile. So when you've had life's hard knocks, and when you've had things go wrong, you make choices about whether how you move through them. I tend to look at, the sentiment, the actual thing. I look at worst case scenario. I look at best case scenario. I look at immediately looking at trying to problem solve that particular situation. And it might be that it's a bit of a blow. So I actually, I feel all the pain that's associated with that, but I don't allow myself to wallow in it for too long. I look at my locus of control and I go, am I in an external victim mode right now? And what can I do to change that? And generally I get my music out, I have a favourite conversation with a friend, or I just sit down and I write down how I can move through this. There is an old American Indian saying that you can't stop the birds of sadness from flying over your head, but you can stop them from nesting in your hair. In other words, that you have choices about how long it takes you, or how whether you keep a hold of certain emotions or grief or sadness or whatever. Now, I'm not talking about clinical sadness here or depression. I'm talking about something that a mood that you can control. If you are finding that you do need, that you are sadder more than you are happy, then I would suggest that you go and talk to your doctor, someone you trust, about getting some assistance, because the object of our lives is not to be sad. The purpose that we put on this earth is not to be sad. It's to be hopeful, and it's to be energetic and happy, and be able to achieve things because of the choices that we make. So it's very important today. Today's about choices and turning that frown upside down. And I'm going to be talking tomorrow about some amazing stuff. And I'm really actually more excited about tomorrow than I am today. And not because it's the end of the journey, but because of what I've got to talk to you about. So this is kind of a little bit of a lead in. I want you to think about, the choices you make about being happy. Happiness is a choice. Happiness, it doesn't have to be, happiness doesn't lie in a figure on the set of scales. It doesn't lie in how much money you've got in the bank. It doesn't rely on how many friends you have. True happiness comes from within you, and it's also about how you feel about yourself and how confident you are. So that's what I want to talk to you about tomorrow. A few little things extra. But for today, remember, if you are feeling in a bit of a funk, if you are feeling a bit sad, sit down, strategize how you're going to change your mood. And that might be flicking your favourite radio station on, getting out your favourite album or CD or whatever, watch a funny comedian on TV, whatever makes you laugh. You might go, occasionally, but then you're going to start, at the beginning, but then you're going to start to have a really good belly laugh and your mood will change. So promise me that you'll try to turn your frown upside down, start hoping, and don't give up on anything. Okay? I'll see you for my last day tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.